Hello and welcome to Oak Harbor School District's Simple K12 Teacher Learning Community. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the resource that's available to all teachers and give you some ideas about what you need to do in order to be successful using this resource. So I am logged in today as Gary Thayer, and he has his login information up here to the right. So some of the things that you need to take note as you get started. Down at the bottom of this page is a hotkey that takes you to a system test for your system. This system test will take a look at any system that you're working on to see what the compatibility is for your computer working with this resource. So if you decide to use this resource at home and you want to make sure that everything's going to work properly so you don't get in the middle of a test or in the middle of a training and find out that there's a problem. So you'll go in and you'll click System Test at the bottom of every page it's available, and it'll go through and it'll give you a green check to let you know which areas are working correctly, or a red check in order to know what needs to be fixed. So in this case we have pop-ups enabled, and we need to make sure they're blocked right now. We need to make sure that they're enabled. So if I go under Tools, Pop-up Blocker, turn off Pop-up Blocker and click Yes, I will be able to make that happen. So we're going to go up here and click on the Tools for the browser. We're going to go down to Internet Options. We're going to go up to Privacy Settings, and right here where it says Pop-up Blocker, turn on Pop-up Blocker, we're going to go ahead and click and turn that off, and then click Apply, and then click OK. So one of the things I do want to point out is there are a number of places that you can find Pop-up Blocker. There is the Settings location here under the Tools on the browser, and then down in here under the Google browser we also have a toolbar option that you can go in and take a look and see if the pop-ups are enabled. So we've got that done. We're going to go ahead and close that. And I'm just going to run that system test one more time. Okay, so it now shows that all of the areas that we need to have up and running in order for this resource to work on this computer, all of them have a green check. So we're ready to get started. So a bit of an overview of what's available here in the Simple K12 teacher learning community. We have learning programs, we have webinars, shared resources, and collaboration. Those are the 4 areas. And the other area that you really need to be aware of is the profile, which is right over here on the right hand side near Help. So we're going to go ahead and left click on Profile. Okay, so under Profile you can edit your profile and include information that you may not have included when you first signed up for Simple K12. So Gary has his primary email. If he wanted to have an alternate, he could go ahead and add that in. If he's got a Facebook page or a Twitter page, he could go ahead and connect there. Then these collaboration automation components are automatically clicked, but you can go in if you want and unclick those if you decide to go ahead and sign up with Twitter. And you can also choose who sees you. It's part of the form, and my strong suggestion is just my organization works well, but if you want to collaborate with those nationally using this interface, then you could also have folks be able to message you and work with them in the online forum. So here's some additional information that you can include, and I'm going to go ahead and click Update. Okay, now we've updated Gary's profile. He doesn't have a picture, but he could add one. We're going to go under View Report, and this is a really important area for the supplemental professional development time. So it tracks the time that you're within the resource learning using either the learning programs or the webinars. And what it will do is it will track your total time, so a number of minutes. It will track your total learning programs completed, lessons, and webinars. Now right here, this is where I get most of my questions, credit hours earned, and this is to track your SPDT. This does not automatically generate clock hours. So this is just for Oak Harbor, is for credit hours earned. And so if you wanted to, you could go ahead and print the report. Okay, so when we print it, we can go ahead at, it'll have your 14 hours of SBDT, which are required for Oak Harbor School District outside of your normal time. There's go with print. And I'm going to just hit cancel because I don't want to print that. So you can print out for your supplemental professional time as long as it's outside of your normal contract day. So that's ease of use right there. So that is again under profile, and when I'm into the profile, it'll come in and I'll be able to see the information and then view report. Okay, so now let's look at learning programs, and I'll give you an overview of the learning programs. The learning programs are in modules currently, and they have lots and lots of learning training underneath each module. So I'm going to go under Technology Basics. So under Technology Basics, you will find all of your Microsoft Office training. And the nice thing is let's say you have the newer version on your work machine, but an older version at home. And you're at home and you're trying to learn how to use Microsoft Office 2003. You can go ahead and go in from home and do the training and learn how to use 2003. Or if you are at home, at work, you can go ahead and let's say we're going to go ahead and go into 2010. And you can go through and look at the areas that you want to learn about Word, Publisher, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, and Access. So it has all of the Microsoft Office software programs in it. So let's go back to learning programs. What I would suggest is taking some time and looking around to find out what it is that you want. It's very personalized. None of the training is required, and it's all self-directed. So you can decide what it is that you want to learn about. And so if I want to learn about technology integration in the classroom, I can go into that component and start a training and get started. And it gives me my overview, and I know exactly what it is that I'm going to be looking at. So if I look at this and it's not necessarily something that I really am that interested in, I can move on and go on to something else. Now, a little word of caution as you get started on your training programs is when you go in, you will notice that the trainings open up, and you sometimes have to go into them and look to see what they are. So when you get into it and you get started, let's say you have a 45-minute window and it takes you a little bit longer to get through the training. When you go through the training, you'll find if you don't get all the way through it. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. The trainings, once you get through them, you will see that there's no way to bookmark to get right back to them. So my suggestion is once you get into them is make sure that you have enough time to pretty much get all the way through. Otherwise, you have to kind of find where you were at. And you can do that by clicking on the window here. And okay, and you can go ahead and put in the page that you want to go to, and it will take you to that page. So keeping track of what page you were last on works really well because you can go down here and click, and you can put in the page that you were on, and it will take you right back to where you left off. Okay, so there's some key tips there. So webinars, let's look at webinars. Webinars are delivered in two ways. One is upcoming and on demand. So upcoming are those webinars that you can register for, participate in, ask questions. That's the upside of signing up. The downside is a lot of times that they're offered not necessarily offered during a time that's convenient for you. This one's at 4 p.m. So this one, and it's Eastern Standard Time, so it's possible that you might have some time available when that one is offered. But let's say you wanted to participate, but you weren't able to. The way you would do it is you would look at on demand. So once it occurs, it becomes on demand, and you can watch the podcast at any time, the webinar. So if you go in and watch the webinar, I'm going to go ahead and watch it. It's going to load it for me. Okay, so on the quick announcements, oftentimes I find that they were talking about their Simple K12 and sometimes it gets redundant. So don't be afraid to go ahead and fast forward some of the information if you load it and you don't want to listen to kind of the whole information. One of the things they do is a back channel, but that's part of the registered webinar. So if you're doing it on demand, this information isn't really relevant. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is you can skip ahead, and so you can skip some of that initial information. So don't be afraid to do that. And once this bar here, the lower bar is fully loaded, and you can tell this area here in white is loaded. Once it's fully loaded, you can go forward and backward, however works best for you, especially if they're working within in a program and you want to apply it at the same time because you can have them both open simultaneously. Okay, so that's webinars. Shared resources. Shared resources are resources that other teachers have uploaded and are sharing with you. So if there are some things that you want to take a look at, most of the time I like to look at what's most downloaded, and you want to see what it is. You want to get what is LiveBinder? You can go in and you can look at digital tools using LiveBinder and find out a little bit more about it, and you can view it. So this is LiveBinder, and they will show you basically this is some of the things that this teacher has shared and some ideas about some things that are available in order to use LiveBinder. So it's a great resource to check out some new things maybe you didn't know existed or you wanted to learn more about. So under shared resources, again, what I did was I went down and I looked at most downloaded and got an idea of some of the other things that folks are taking a look at, and they also have browse by the particular area, which is really nice as well because you can go into grade, you can go into resource type. So those are the three areas right under browse by. So grade, we have elementary, pre-K. And under resource type, the different kinds of things that you might be looking for, like a presentation. Under collaboration, you'll find two types of areas that you can collaborate, forums and chat rooms. And this will, if you have certain questions and you want to talk to folks out there who might have some answers that they're working on it too, that's where the settings under privacy under your profile are important so that folks can respond to you and that kind of thing. So these are some of the different boards that are available. You can see the different forums there. And here's math. So let's take a look at math. And someone shared a great math site. So you can go in and see what folks are saying and follow up on that. So that's collaboration. So those are the four main areas for professional development. So you have learning programs, webinars, shared resources, and collaboration. Also showed you today how to get in and use your profile and how to print a report. That concludes today's presentation on Oak Harbor School District's Simple K12 Teacher Learning Community. Thank you.